Stay tuned, Libra. You have a partnership that you need to pay attention to. I think you already know about this. People not showing up the way they really need to, and you got to make decisions. So we're going to talk all about it. Coming right up. As we take 30 seconds to forward through the shuffle and the card layout, I wanted to tell you about the December Astrology video. To navigate these energies more successfully makes life a little bit easier. So the topics covered in the video are the Mercury retrograde through the holidays, the inspiring new moon in Sagittarius, the winter solstice and the epiphany of the Mercury Kazemi that's going to happen, and so many more topics of the plays of the planets that's going to be very helpful for you to know. So check out the link below in this video in the below description to hook up to it. Hope you check it out. Cheers! Okay, hey Libra. So how's it going? Also, we have Theo with us. Theo doesn't always come around. He's always going all over the place, but I'm glad he's coming here now. Coming to say hello, sitting with Daisy. Hello, Daisy. Little Theo's the wild boy, but he's coming forward, wants to be with us. Oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness. That's amazing. That's amazing. Oh, my goodness. Oh, good boy. Good boy. Okay, so Libra, this is really, this is a reading that is more specific. And so some people this might not resonate with. So if it doesn't, I have to do with what the cards say. So I have to move forward with what the cards say. But if it doesn't resonate with you, look to your sun, moon, or rising signs in the other posted readings. But otherwise, this one's kind of specific. Okay, so this one has to do with in their center section. The main thing that's going on with this reading is there's definitely a partnership. There's some sort of a partnership that, and it could be business. I'm getting the feeling it's kind of more like business, but it can be relationship, intimate too. But here's why it feels more like business. It's like a partnership that came together, and there's someone within the partnership that came forward with kind of like chivalrous, and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and this is all exciting, and they were going to put their foot forward. And here's what's happening is that isn't happening. The things that kind of like they purported that they were going to do, or it's just not. Okay, they're not coming forward with who you really thought they were going to be in this partnership. And it's not like you want to necessarily not have the partnership, but you can't continue forward because there is some things you're having a lot of anxiety because there's some level of structure that needs to be there. And that's why like I get the feeling a lot of times with like business, because also like along the bottom line, it talks about things that you're trying to manifest, and it's the beginning of it. It's more like the beginning of a relationship, and this stuff not happening or coming through, or the other person doing their end of the deal or what have you, there's some big surprises that are happening. It seems like it's happening like now, and you weren't expecting it. Excuse me, but you weren't expecting to deal with this stuff and handle it. And so, what are you going to do? But you're remaining calm, although you do have anxiety about it, because you're going to utilize this time within this holiday season where you've got hang time to think about it, because you've got to choose what actions you want to take. And you're going to be doing that in the hang time and the mood card, and you're trying to figure out any level of secrets, things that weren't brought forward, because you're going to have to now safeguard yourself in a lot of different ways. There's going to have to be boundaries set and safeguards. And it's okay. I mean, you didn't think about these before, but you didn't know you had to think about them until all these things come up. And this person or this partner isn't exactly what they say. I mean, sometimes people come up and they looks good on paper, but then when it comes through with delivering, not so much. So because you're looking for the long term. You're looking for the long term. You're really being patient and going meditative about the long term, because you want to make quality. You want this to be successful. So your intentions are good. And it seems like you're holding, like the proper area of keeping calm. So it does say in the future that there's aspects of when things were either said or not done or whatever. The main thing is you can't take them personal. You got to sit down. It's talking about the cards are like you got to sit down with yourself, your higher self of your King of Swords, and to look over this scenario, or find someone who has the ability to be a King of Swords. This is someone who is very mindful. This is someone who can organize and can truly look at the areas where this is definitely not taking place. This is, not necessarily a stab in the back, but like, no, not working out. It's not only not going to work well for, say, the company or not me. And here's what's important is that with a calm look on this, so that you don't take it personal and don't take someone else's fallings or shortcomings that you're having to deal with doesn't always have to do with you, or you're not worthy, that. But to look at upon, let's just really look at all the areas where the true areas where this person is not coming through. They said that they were going to come through, and we're going to have to make safeguards, because you're feeling a little out of sorts and you don't like feeling like you have to look over your back, or that you can't trust someone, or someone doesn't have your back. And that does not make you feel secure. Okay? So, because you went into this with a pure loving energy, and that's a little bit why you got hooked in this person and believing in them, but just this is kind of their thing. So it really has nothing to do with you. Because moving forward, and you're going to have to be swift with it, because there's structures in place that if you don't take care of this now, there's going to be other stuff that's just going to blow up. So you've really got to be swift figuring out what your actions are going to be once you come out of this hang time. And the one thing the cards warn about is that this person's not going to like it. I mean, but because it makes them, one, they want to be willy-nilly and not have to do the things they said they were going to do. They also don't want to feel like they have to defend themselves, but they do. And it's not defend themselves. It's you're not showing up. We're going to have to take precautions. We're going to have to take levels of this company and stuff like that. We might have to make some levels of contracts. We might have to make, deadlines or certain ways of being treated or not treated, or you see what I'm saying? Within this partnership, like this can't continue like this. So I'm not getting the feeling that they're saying like you can't separate yet, or that you necessarily want to, like you're not going to extremes, but you realize with some of the things that have just taken place recently, these explosions of surprises of like, oh, we can't continue having stuff like this. Yeah, boundaries and precedents and all of that stuff is going to have to be set in place. And they're going to resist it, and they're going to be a little angry and everything and out of sorts and but, well, that's just the way it's going to be. So the cards don't go much further beyond that, saying what's going to happen beyond that. But right now it's trying to tell you talking about you're going to have to figure out, use this hang time to figure out the actions you want to take, not take it personal, and really get really clear on what is not being done and what is going to personally either hurt you or the company or the situation. So give me just a moment. I'll come right back with the wrap up. Just a quick reminder to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. This will give you a feel for which energetic you're possibly experiencing right now. And if you would like a detailed personal reading, you can book a reading at ctgtarot.com. And thank you for subscribing and clicking the like button. The kitties and I are very grateful. Okay, with the wrap up, it's a very particular partnership that something has gone askew. Someone is not being able to deliver or believe what you thought they were going to be in this relationship, this partnership. Okay, you're having anxiety over it, and there's certain structures and things that have to be put in place, because recently, within some stuff that you're trying to manifest, you started new. There was a kind of an explosion of surprises, and it can really hurt things. It can really hurt you. It can hurt the business or the scenario they're partnering. That's got to be worked out, because you do want it to be long term, and you're really thinking about it. You've got your heart into it and good intentions and your higher self of you joining into this partnership. But you're going to take the time during this holiday season, because you're going to swiftly have to take action right after it. But you're going to take the time to figure out the choices of the decisions and actions that you have to do. To rectify this, or to have things go smoothly in the future, because you're feeling out of sorts. Your world's a little bit turned upside down, and you hate not feeling like you have someone has your back, or that you can trust them. Coming into the future, it says you're going to have to take the really King of Swords role, right? Either yourself or someone else. Either you can take this role if you're a head person. If you're not a head person, you need a strong head person to look at things actually very analytically. And not take things personal, because you're going to have to put structures into place. And if you start to get over emotional on how much it hurt that the person either said or did, or then you're not going to be able to figure out the correct boundaries, how to do it, and if it has to be contracts, deadlines, ways of treating people, etc. You're going to have to figure out in a very high-minded state. Okay, and because you are going to have to take swift actions. This person is not going to like it. This person it has nothing to do with you. This is someone who is a good, they're like almost like a good schmoozer. Like, this is really good. Like they're really good at that, and their charisma and everybody believes in them. But they're not really, they can't deliver, and then they don't want to be called out when they're not really delivering things. And they can be a little angry and stuff. And so hey, when we have partnerships, we have agreements, we have what we thought was going to be, and it's not. And then you're having these big, explosions, the Tower card down here, when everything is, pretty new and pretty fresh. Well, no, we've got to rectify this now. Because we're coming into the new year, and we're making all of our new alliances with the Mars Kazemi that just happened, where everything got purged. So everybody's setting their new alliances. So if this really needs to stay strong, that's going to be figured out now. And that's just the way it's going to have to be done. Anyway, prepare for all of that. And not necessarily something you want to deal through the holiday season. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So good luck with all of that. It's pretty specific with that type of partnership and energetic. If it works for you within resonating, if not, go to your sun, moon, or rising sign within the other readings and see if those are more in stream with what you'll do in. All right, talk to you later. Mush mush.